Hello, Nitinandam. We've got, what's our date here? Day 3 of Mahaparamashivoham, and it's Friday, July 14th. And we've just had, I don't know her name, honestly, but these two, they have just asked us to record a video of our experience of Mahaparamashivoham, and so I'm doing so. So yeah, it's day 3 of Mahaparamashivoham, and this is the second round this summer I have attended. I've had very mixed experiences with the program. A lot of positive, but a lot of negative, and it's still, like I'm making the best of it, but it's still just like, I am not comfortable speaking out because I feel like the Sangha or the Nityananda Order organization as a whole does not receive truthful feedback. And from my point of view, these three eyes perspective, y'all aren't receptive to truth. You're completely delusional. And it's very frustrating. My experience has been a mix of things. Always in the programs with Swamiji, I feel a lot of completion. There's a lot of old emotional wounds, psychosomatic stuff that comes up to be healed. And there's definitely a lot of healing that occurs. I feel like in general, the healing happens at a pace that I can manage, like it's always a sustainable healing pace, and in general I never feel abandoned or alone, like Swamiji is always there for me. However, my experience with the people of the Sangha is still atrocious, and I'd like to order this feedback. Like, for example, I'm in this cycle where, I have been abused, hurt, lied to, cussed out, slandered, bullied, abused. This Sangha is extremely abusive. It's awful. And there's no hiding that. And the abusive mentality of India is so vile and repulsive, it makes me want to vomit. The personality types of India are disgusting. And it really needs to be said. I think there are a lot of major issues in the Indian psyche, and I see issues with just the delusions that they're under, perpetuated through the Sangha. I see a lot of, like, in the outer image of what this order is projecting, it's awful. Like, I really enjoyed that exercise that we did yesterday with these two and the other girl. Again, I don't know their names. It's been like 7 years. I went to Sadashivoham in 2016. It's 2023 and I've attended multiple programs. I still can't spell their names. I'm not fluent in Hindi or Sanskrit, although I'm learning and it's becoming beautiful. But I literally just can't remember or pronounce anybody's name because it grammatically doesn't make sense to me. So, and then all the identities are fake. I was taught Akashic reading. I was a, psychic, well-trained yoga teacher, Reiki master, very, energetically aware person well before, I ever showed up to the Nityananda order. So I was taught things like Akashic readings outside of the context of Hinduism, and I'm able to see and read people's Akashic records. And when, you've got this spiritual name and all this, bullshit you've added on, it doesn't look real to me. So I see a lot of corruption in the Nityananda order and in the Sangha and in the way that Hinduism is taught. I feel frustrated by, they invite me to come to the thing, and I'll receive 3 or 4 or 5 emails. Y'all will email me on multiple email addresses. You'll call me on WhatsApp at all hours of the day. You'll call me at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., my local time. You'll call me at all hours of the day, not scheduled, totally offensive. You got to think about Germanic culture. You need an appointment. You need to make an appointment to have a phone call. You don't just call a stranger you've never met across the world at 3 a.m. There are so many problems with this culture, and they never show up on time, and I am still angry. It's not an incompletion. I think I have a right to be angry. I think y'all have not done your part, and I'm holding you accountable. But, like, nothing in the Sangha or in the programs was given on time. I'm still angry. Like, when I went to Sadashivoham in 2016, they were late, the buses, like, they never got us back to the hotels on time. It was so abusive. It was absolutely an awful experience there in India. So much lies, so much bullshit, so much fucking retarded, some of the stupidest people I've ever met. Nothing is ever on time. People are just full of energetic shit, and it's literally like, the people are the dumbest I've ever seen in my life. It is atrocious. In most of the time, I hate interacting with people from the Sangha. There's a couple of, like, good experiences, or, like, people that are just harmonic, but in general, my experience of Hinduism is like watching some of the most devastating stupidity on the planet be perpetuated, magnified, and wildfire spread through large crowds of people. And it is offensive to me, and it is concerning to watch such low levels of intelligence and consciousness exist. It is physically, emotionally, and spiritually painful to me to watch that level of stupidity and how stupid a lot of the people in the Sangha are. Very upsetting to me. It is very difficult to watch the Prime Minister of the fake country of Kailasa get up on LinkedIn and write things that look like a retarded kindergartner on drugs has written, like the spelling problems, the grammar problems, the lies, the delusional Indian bullshit, all of the media. Like, y'all's outer image, how you project yourself to me, you look completely fucking terrible. And then, like, I understand that these beautiful women are dressed to the standards of Hinduism, and that to them, they think they look beautiful and they've done it correctly. And I'm not here to insult them. However, bright orange jumpsuits, you look like a fucking person from the psych ward wearing a prison jumpsuit, covered in this ash and all the shit. You haven't slept in weeks. You got these huge dark bags under your eyes. No one has slept in the Sangha. You're, going nuts from the nutritional deficiencies in your mind. Most of the people here have diabetes. The health crisis that is this religion. There are so many issues, and of course you can't speak out freely because they'll reprimand you, because the Indian culture is so controlling and so toxic. I mean, it really just is so incredibly vile. I am so grateful that I am a white girl, that I have been born into Western society. While Hinduism and yoga is beautiful, I am glad that that is not my only nor my default option. I feel blessed to be who I am and not carrying this garbage DNA. I think that, that you email me at all hours of the day inviting me to come, and then I show up, and then you just randomly throw me out of the group whenever I engage or interact, even when you specifically ask me to engage. So I think, fuck you. I think it is some of the worst experience I've ever had. I don't know why you keep inviting me. I want nothing to do with this fucking Sangha. I think most of you are retarded. You're not all bad. There's a couple that I get along with and are okay. I'm experiencing the challenge with this girl is really beginning to clear up, so that is improving and it is getting better. I no longer have much of an issue with this one. I think that's mostly neutralized from whatever completions. Then there's another girl that I'm finding another Balasant that I'm able to relate with, and she's just like so beautiful, and I'm able to just connect with her. So that's going well, but this one I still have a lot of issues. I really feel like her sexual energy is not expressed, and she's got this like level of shit under her nose, and she's sneering, and she's like she has this like horrible face, and like she's a beautiful girl, but all these expressions and the emotions and the two-faced Indian bullshit where they fake nice and they fake pleasant and they fake oh, Krishna, Radha, let's just be pleasant all the time and super sweet and like run our pancreas is full of extra sweet and get diabetes, because they don't handle truth or feedback, and you need more like Kala Bhairava, Krupasamy War energy to hold you accountable. It's not even about war, but just like the levels of bullshit. Like this girl, when she talks, I cannot tell you, it is viscerally upsetting in my body, the level of shit. And then these two and their shenanigans on the media. I'm telling you, I couldn't even watch any of their videos for years. Anytime they would come on, I would immediately turn it off and go away. I am not receptive to whatever these two are spreading. And I think it's a shame that these children with no international context or life experience, for example, dressed as crazy prison jumpsuit people, they have no international diplomatic political relations, and I really think that is a huge negative on Kailasa. I think that the leadership is bad, although it has improved. And, and so, like, it's still not good, and so every day they keep inviting me to the thing. I get 3 or 4 or 5 emails, I get calls, I get strangers trying to cause me into this cult or whatever, and then I show up, and then they throw me out, and I don't know what the fuck you're doing, because, like, you do not get to be a gatekeeper of Hinduism for me. Like, fuck you. I make my own choices, and my alignment comes from within, and all these crazy fucking people in the Sangha who just, like, want to throw me out or whatever because they can't handle the fucking truth. It doesn't matter. I just sit and connect with Swamiji anyway. And so, yeah, my experience of taking the programs is abysmal. It's mostly just, like, they lie, they steal from you. Hinduism, everything is supposed to be given to you for free. I don't know why they're charging $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20,000 for these programs. That's contrary to Hinduism. The guru is to give everything. You shouldn't be charging me $20K to take this fucking program. That's not Hinduism. And the number of times I've been lied to by the causers and the people who, try to get you there to India and whatever, the number of times they have recklessly lied to me, saying, oh yeah, you'll get the money for whatever. Nope. Years later, it's still never come. I wrote it off in bankruptcy. Like, the money never came. You let me down. You fucking lied to me. I hate you. I don't trust you anymore. You're never gonna win that back. We're not friends. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't create hostility. I don't hold it. But, like, it absolutely fucking sucks. I have learned to hate Hinduism. I have learned that it's full of shit and garbage. I have learned when I go to India and you attack me for not coming from a generations of vegetarianism, I have learned to dislike you because you attacked me. When I get up there and Maha Yoga is saying, oh, you're an inferior person because you've eaten meat in your life. I don't know what delusional bullshit that is. But I have no respect for these corrupt, false Hindu leaders. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. I think these are some of the craziest, stupidest people I've ever seen in my life. I think that the corruption in the Sangha is more dangerous than Donald Trump and the Russian war. I think that the level of stupidity in this cult is so harmful. I won't involve myself in it. I think Hinduism is very beautiful, but this, particular cult and Sangha has a lot to answer for. I think that I am still unwilling to dress in the saris and the Punjabis and stuff. And I still have conflicts of identity there because while I'm definitely a yogini and a yoga teacher and all these things, when I see other yogis or even Sangha member leaders, Kotaris, Tanadars, like real leaders or, committed yogis, getting up there and bullying people coming, for example, they come from America, they come from a Western culture, they're non-vegetarian, they're trying to learn this religion, they're trying to learn this new state of mind. When you bully them for coming from outside of your culture, you're nothing but racist fucking shitheads, and no one is ever going to respect you. And so I fucking hate India. a lot, because you've created this negativity in me. These are the incompletions you've created in me. You have hurt me so deeply that I now despise you, and I won't participate in your group. And that's not, said blanket to every single person. No, I'm talking to the, collective group of specific people in this Sangha who have hurt me. But it's on the order of like dozens and dozens. It's, 50 or 60 or more people. It's not just like 5. Of course, it's not everyone. But so there's a lot of that. I see a lot of censorship. I see a lot of not direct communicating happen. I see so many toxic communication patterns. I feel so bad for the people of India, the daughters, the sons of India, that they have inherited this collective bullshit, that they're born into families that rape and abuse their daughters, that sell their daughters for money, that don't understand breeding, that they don't marry for love. They have all these DNA problems. They're not properly bred. India is so disgusting in terms of DNA. They don't know how to breed. They don't know how to mate. They don't select properly. The mindset is garbage. They, fucking rape their kids. Then you have all the Muslims. India is fucking crazy. No, it's awful. It's awful. It's garbage. And so then you get all these orphaned and abandoned children, plus this system of like all of these other, the parents are so controlling in the Indian culture that the children never make decisions for themselves. And then this awful cycle of corrupt, toxic power dynamics and control happens. And then you get these personality types that are just absolutely fucking insane because they've just gone through these chains of strict control and lack of self-expression. And then there's this militant identity of, we all have to dress exactly the fucking same in our little fucking prison jumpsuit orange and dress like freaks and look the absolute ugliest we possibly can. And, be completely corrupt and contrary to our own ideals here. I don't understand the mindset or who the fuck came up with that, because they were really fucking dumb. That's my experience with Paramashivoham, honestly, is like the people are just so bad. The stupidity that I view as I walk around and I look at the other people. And so in trying to turn myself into Swamiji or whatever, you know what? I don't want to wear a fucking prison jumpsuit orange. Like, this is not attractive. It's not sexy. I understand we're celibate here. It's not beautiful. It's not gorgeous. Orange is no one's color. This is not fashion. I don't want to dress like this. It is not, working for my skin color or type. I don't fucking want that. I understand about the nadis and whatever. It's also not weather appropriate. I mean, the clothes are not functional and practical. I did a lot of completion with Venkateshwara to try and work on my dress and my beauty, or how I, externally manifest. And I've always had like a deprecated aspect there. So, I'm working on it. But yeah, no, I'm not going to show up and dress like this, especially after all of the negative experiences and connotations that I have gathered while wearing these clothes and being abused by these cult members. So no, I don't want to manifest that. I don't want to show myself as this. I'm not proud to represent the Nityananda organization. When I show up in America or Canada or South America and I mention the Nityananda order, people laugh and they spit on his name because they know he's a fucking joke and a rapist and a fraud, and he thinks the moon landing never happened. And then all you idiots go and defend him. Again, you don't hold each other accountable. You're just delusionally brainwashed. And so I find a lot of those aspects to be completely unacceptable. That causes me to reject their religion. And then, yeah, after you've gone and beaten me down and attacked and slandered and harassed and abused and humiliated me for, coming from a culture of frankly, I think you're all fucking retarded. I don't want to be a vegetarian eating only rice and ending up with diabetes. And you're cooking in your seed oils and your vegetable oils. I mean, you haven't even maximized your nutrition. You haven't even figured that shit out. So you're not the authority on nutrition, Hinduism. Frankly, I think veganism is child abuse. So, still a strong clash of cultural differences and opinions there. Consequently, internally, I feel so fucking mixed up when it comes to planning my own diet. I now feel like I don't know how to feed myself because I have all of these different cultural inputs between being in med school to be a natural integrative medicine doctor, orthomolecular nutrition, and here's my nice organic carrot turmeric juice blend from Trader Joe's. Nice vegan drink here. I have no fucking idea how to handle my diet, and again, everything is supposed to be given to me. I think that distance learning is very convenient, and I highly value being able to just sit here in my room on a Zoom chat, come and go as I please. That's pretty nice. I don't, I value that because it's a lot better than being in India with all that corruption and then like diarrhea and water, bacteria in the water and the shitty food and the corrupt poverty people trying to rob you everywhere. All the issues at the ashram, no privacy. I am so much happier at home to be able to do this. I'm still angered by an incompletion I have at Sadashivoham where a guy named Sanjeev, he's the husband of that crippled lady, the one who's still crippled despite doing her pujas every single day. She's one of the most devoted. Forgot her name, Vaishali Verma. She's still crippled despite doing all of the pujas every day and being promised this yogic body. She's still fucking crippled, and it's been like 10 years, and I know she's had this experience for like 30 years, but she's still fucking crippled. And so when you go and you're like, oh, Swamiji's the best healer and whatever, but she's still fucking crippled. And I keep asking for, whatever I'm asking for, and it's not getting better. Do I really believe in this? I mean, I've seen power manifestations and stuff. I've got my Nyanjana, my Kumkum. I wear it vertically because I do manifest. I know yoga's real. But I see more cult fraud than I see actual, results. And so that's deeply concerning. But yeah, so Vaishali's still crippled. So that tells you sort of all you need to know about whether or not this is actually working. It's scientific proof that it's not. And then, yeah, so her asshole of a husband chased me outside of the Sadashivoham event when they had the volume up in the main pavilion there. They had the volume up to ear-splitting levels, and you were damaging my hearing, which I should fucking sue you for. When you were having the volume at ear-splitting levels we measured the decibels were so high it can actually cause volume, and we were hundreds of feet outside of the pavilion, still to deafening levels. When I walked outside to physically escape the violence that your tech people were putting through the sound system at me, this asshole Sanjeev chased me outside to try to lecture me about how I was missing out on Sadashivoham and how I had to physically sit in that room or I wasn't going to be getting all the vibes from Swamiji. First of all, fuck no. You're talking to somebody who's already Reiki Master Teacher, initiated into dozens of healing modalities, is a double doctoral candidate, is a fucking healer, knows about energy medicine, knows about energetic vibrations, knows about energy healing, does not need to be physically present in the room to entangle and be in oneness with you. I don't need that. I haven't needed that for 20 years. And anyway, this idiot asshole Sanjeev tries to chase me outside, berate, abuse, slander, harass me, and then bully me into going back into this big room where I'm physically abused by that sound. These are the negative experiences that y'all are giving me. And you fucking wonder why I hate you. You've abused my body. You've abused my mind. You've deprived me of sleep. You fucking robbed me. You have not paid back things as agreed. You have not shown up on time. You have not delivered on contracts or promises. And then what's all this fucking bullshit about? You go in and I have to sign this legal disclaimer saying that everyone that, I'm signing this legal disclaimer. You're saying everyone that it participates in that has to release liability of the organization and that they're not held accountable for anything. No, that's fucking atrocious. That's the reflection of where you're not holding yourself accountable, Nityananda Sangha. It is vile and it is disgusting, and I will not accept it. You're out of line. You're out of integrity. Your legal contracts are bullshit. Your guru is a fucking fraud. And all of that vile, vomit-worthy, disgusting, low vibrational, out of integrityness is reflected back to you in the way you write those legal contracts. I don't fucking like you. I don't respect you because you show up like this. That's your other image as you project as me. So when you show up trying to be a child, a fucking nose-ringed child, in front of white Western society, in command respect, that's really fucking funny. You show up as a nose-ringed child dressed in a fucking prison jumpsuit, looking like a psych patient where you haven't slept in months and your face is covered and you're all grotesque with this fucking like huge hat of hair. You look awful. And I understand that these are the standards of Hinduism, but from political diplomatic relations, when you fucking show up like that and that's your outer image, none of us are gonna take you seriously. And then when you ask me or command or try to bully me to show up like this and manifest Swamiji through my clothes, fuck you. This looks like shit. I'm not gonna disrespect myself and my own beauty to the point where I show up dressing like this garbage. There's no fucking way. That is not the standard dress that I am going to adopt. It's not going to happen. I can meditate here with Western clothes, with yoga clothes, or fucking naked if I want to. I'm still a yoga practitioner. I'm still a Hindu. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing, and I think some of these people with their shallow, idiotic vanity need to get two brain cells to rub together. I am disgusted by the shallow vanity that is present and the stupidity. I am disgusted by the lack of education, the lack of educational standards, the just really low educational standards. I try to keep in mind that I'm blessed, that I'm privileged, or what the fuck ever. I feel so sorry for those people that this is the best they've got, that like I'm just grateful I wasn't born into that, you know? Like I'm grateful that I'm not starting from that low. And so again, yeah, I'm glad that I've incarnated into this body. So, yeah, I like being me. I don't like interacting for the most part with members of the Sangha. It's like somebody, I forgot her name, she laughed and told me once when we were in the ashram there in California, and she was like, you know, Swamiji, I love you, you know, I'm so happy to follow you, but protect me from your followers. It's your followers that are the problem. Like, I know that I'm not the only person with these sentiments, you know, and so, yeah, so there's that, and, of course, I've F-bombed you and whatever in front of all the children, so this video is probably censored or whatever, but, you know, I think you really, like, I love this exercise with the inner and outer completion, and it's given me a little bit of vocabulary to begin to express some of the frustration that I have been feeling in this deep resentment. Overall, I feel like Swamiji is always with me, and I have reached a beautiful relationship where I feel very lovingly and supportively held. However, I still feel a lot of anger and distrust because of all of the lies, because of bullshit like he says the moon landing didn't happen. I have a fucking NASA badge. I'm an engineer. Used to, you know, volunteer on a NASA base. The thing is, you know, electric vehicles developer, and then I watch this fat fucking guru who doesn't work out, just sits around all day claiming he's not eating while getting involved in sex scandals while my rapist runs free after I've been, you know, praying for help and justice and just, you know, call the police and get this fucking guy arrested while he walks free. You know, I can't respect that. I can't respect when I've gone and I've walked up to Sangha, you know, hundreds of times saying, "Hi, I'm trying to recover from a violent crime where I was kidnapped and assaulted and physically beaten and drugged and injured and permanently injured. Like I was granted a permanent disability award from the Court of the United States. I have a permanent lifetime award for the injuries I have sustained that is fucking real." The crime doer, the person who assaulted me, was not arrested. He was not put into jail or any of this, and I've been feeling a really big, deep incompletion about that. And every time I've gone and approached Sangha and asked for help, the people have recoiled and run away and been anti-helpful, and then they've spewed back hate at me. Like Ma Brahma calling me all these names, calling me crazy, saying, "Oh, you're homeless, you live in the streets." No, I don't, you fat fucking bitch. I'm not homeless. I don't live in the fucking streets. And even if I did, you don't get to disrespect me in that way, you fat fucking whore. She is so fucking fat. Have you seen that fat fucking bitch, Ma Brahma, in the San Jose Arinam? She's fat as fucking hell, diabetic and ugly and wrong, and her face is trash. She looks so bad. And, you know, she's one of the leaders of the temple. Like, I'm not gonna fucking respect that ugly bitch. That ugly fat bitch who can't even manage her own fucking diet? No. She's fucking diabetic. And then she goes and she prays, "Oh, help me not be diabetic anymore. I'm just gonna keep eating rice because I have no brain and no mentality and I don't know science or anything about nutrition, but I'm going to pray and ask for help about diabetes." And then Mary Long's going to come and show up and be like, "Here's what you need to do to change your diet to eliminate that diabetes." And then she's going to fucking complain about it. You stupid fat fucking bitch. I'm glad Vaishali is still fucking crippled. I'm fucking glad. She deserves it because she never completed with me. I would have been the integrative medicine doctor that came up and showed her how to get rid of all of that arthritis. I would have been that healer. But she didn't deliver as agreed. And so I laughed that she's still fucking crippled. I laughed that Ma Brahma is still fat. I laughed that most of these leaders are illiterate and that the joke of the fake country of Kailasa is being taken as a joke everywhere else, because it really is. This Sangha has a lot of work to do. I think that, you know, I'm just watching stupidity unfold. And like these two girls, as I showed you, and look, this is how much I love. Even the front of my phone is the Murti at San Jose Arinam. Like, you treat me like I'm not a fucking Hindu. It's outrageous, the stupidity of this organization. And so, yeah, I don't like to associate myself with the organization. I don't dress up and put the clothes on. I am really enjoying that I checked into a hotel here, and the random Indian lady that happens to work here and own the hotel is also a Hindu, and she's a practicing Hindu, and we've bonded very nicely. And so something that happened during the Mahaparamashivaham last round made it about halfway through before I dropped out after showing up every day to be thrown out. I don't know why that is the fucking pattern. If you don't want me there, don't fucking invite me. But if you invite me, you need to hold the fucking space and let me in. You don't get to have this half-assed 1 foot in, 1 foot out bullshit. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, Nityananda Sangha. This is the stupidest people I've ever encountered. So that's your outer image with me, and that's how you're coming across, like a crazy fucking psych patient dressed in prison jumpsuit orange, shouting at me with all of your inconsistencies and like Indian bullshit. Like, it's vile. It's fucking vile. Look at rats. You look like rats. It's just, I think you really need to consider how you're coming across. So I'm just going to tell you how I really feel. Maha Sadashivaham, Maha Paramashivaham. You know, so, yeah, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not here to get your approval. I feel extremely secure in my spirituality and in my body and in my process. I don't give a shit what you think about me. For the sake of the inner-outer image thing, you know, yeah, I'd like to achieve a completion. So maybe you didn't know that's how you were coming across, because you all are so brainwashed that you think this is how you should be showing up. in the world. It is insane to me. I think it really is insane. I, oscillate between different levels of just like pure blissful vibration and utter disbelief that the people in this group could be that stupid. Like I'm the experience I have of engaging with the Nityananda Sangha and a lot of these programs is like such a deep, low, disheartening. Like I've never seen people so dumb before. And I'm coming from like, German engineering, electric vehicles, really smart mathematicians. They might be a little emotionally not very well developed. They've got their issues, but intellectually, they're sharp, they're fast. We have standards. We show up on time. Like there's so many ways that the Indian culture disrespects those basic values of integrity, and I don't have respect for the Indian culture for that, or this Hindu culture. I think you need to show up on time. I think you don't have your basic business contracts right. I think I can't trust you because you have been untrustworthy. Like, it's not me, it's you. It is you. It's not me. You fucking fucked that up because you broke your promises to me. So that's basically my experience, and probably not going to impress anybody with this video, but I didn't make it to make friends. You asked me to give you my real opinion of my experience. So there you go. You probably didn't expect a 36-minute video. Neither did I. I did my little prayer before I started, and then I just said, give me the words that I need to communicate. So yeah, and I don't know what to tell you. I basically, I'll do my yoga in the morning. I'm liking the yoga with the guys who lead the class. I think they're doing a nice job. Pretty weird yoga postures and stuff, but, like, it's anything but yoga for fitness, it's definitely something different going on here. And, I don't even know how to explain it in English. And so, yeah, those are some of my thoughts. Mostly, I don't trust you. You're not trustworthy. Mostly, I think you're dressed really stupidly, although I'm trying to be diplomatic about it and take it into cultural context. Like, that's what your programs do, and you're also, like, violently reinforced to dress that way. Like, I remember when I showed up at the ashram and I wore a blue Punjabi, and, like, it was made in this beautiful indigo, and I'd had an Akashic Records reading that was like, you need indigo. Like, you specifically need this clothing and color and dye and all of that. And, like, I had an Akashic reading, and then I went and I bought, like, a blue, beautiful Indian Punjabi, traditional dress thing. Because I'm not as good at wearing the saris. I don't know how to tie them very well, so I was wearing the Punjabis. It was easier for me as a Westerner to cognize, like, a long shirt and pants and add a scarf. It was easier for me to functionally process this in my biomemory logic than it was to, like, get in this weird fucking completely non-functional sari dress, which I don't even think are pretty. Like, I don't even find them beautiful. I find the sari makes me, it's like repulsively, I want to vomit. I don't have positive associations with this dress. And then I mostly just associate it with, like, Indian cultural oppression of women. I've had a few experiences, like just once when I was in India, where a little girl in the bathroom of the Nityananda ashram helped me get dressed one day. She showed me how to tie my scarf, and she dressed me all up, and I felt like a goddess that day. I really felt very beautiful. I've had this one positive experience of wearing a sari, but other than that, they are so annoying and so uncomfortable and do not move with my body and my body patterns. Like, I fucking hate the clothes. I hate it. I despise them. I think they are the dumbest clothes I've ever seen. I don't want to dress like that. It's awful. I just, the men in the turbans, like, I understand why they're celibate. I am not attracted to that. Like, it's just, wow. Like, I just, So, yeah, no, I'm definitely thinking that's, like, not for me. So, yeah, that's some of my experience. And I felt a lot of the hostility melt that I was feeling coming at me from the Sangha. I felt a lot of that melt during this round. And like I'm not even willing to partner with somebody when like we do the exercises, because I've had so many bad experiences with y'all in this group that I'm not even willing to open up and give, a new person that hasn't done anything a chance. Like, that's how negatively you affect people. You understand that, Sangha? Like, your outer image is fucking terrible. So I think you need to complete on that. And yeah, and like watching what's her face, Ma Prasida, white dress. She wore a fucking white dress to her brother's wedding. Like, what is she, like a hillbilly incest? Is she marrying her brother? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? They just have no class. She's like a drug addict, partying raver who dropped out of college, is now making YouTube videos about how she's fucking afraid of vegetables and wearing a white dress to her brother's wedding. Girl has no class. I'm just disgusted by the vile, repulsive retardation of this ashram. They think they're not a cult. Have you read the dictionary definition of the word cult? Obviously fucking not. You're obviously illiterate. The educational standards are so low. I feel that the toxic, low intelligence of the group is more harmful than good, and where I am particularly concerned is in the Chinese Sangha, although the Tamil section is also really atrociously bad, and like the Malaysian one. And it helps me understand my own government and military better and why we protect against those things. Nityanandam.